underneath a tree in Hyde Park in central London, probably getting my coat a little bit muddy. Okay, what I'm going to chat to you about today is when you're on a first date, just a little tip that you can do to get people talking about themselves. Often people make the mistake on first dates of asking a person a lot of questions in order to get a response out of them. They'll ask them where they're from, what their family are like, what they do, if they like their job. The problem is questions can kind of often lead to one-word answers, and you'll find that they can often not be the most effective way of getting a person to speak about their personal thoughts, feelings and experiences. In fact, the best way that you can get a person to start speaking about themselves and their life is to talk from your own perspective about your life. So before you ask that question that you want to know to a person, like say you want to know how they feel about their job, or what they think about London versus New York, for instance, and it can be anything. Instead of asking the question, ask it in your head to yourself, then provide them for the answer and talk confidently from your own perspective. So for instance, if I want to ask someone what they felt of London versus New York, potentially obviously if they're an American person, I'd say, I don't know about you, but I find Londoners a lot less friendly than New Yorkers. Whenever I'm in New York, I find people come up and start chatting to you much sooner, whilst in London people tend to be much more reserved. If you make a statement like that, something that's very engaging, and tell them your own personal perspective, it will then encourage them to say the same thing. Now you can make this one step better as well by making your statement full of indirect questions. An indirect question is different to a direct question. A direct question would be something like, do you like the colour red? An indirect question would be, I don't know about you, but I prefer blue to red. So basically, it's just a way of seeking a person's opinion without asking the question straight away. So let's just go back to that example about New York versus London. You can say at the start, when you're talking about it yourself, I don't know about you, but I find London to be this way, or I prefer London to New York because. Now what that's doing is that's signalling to the other person there's something for there to respond to. It's actually a really neat way of getting someone to give you their opinion on something. So just to recap, a great way of getting people to start talking about themselves and their own personal thoughts, feelings and experiences on a first date can sometimes be by not asking a direct question. Instead, ask indirect questions and make statements about your own personal experiences on the subject. Then the other person should feel encouraged to give you the same response back.